In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 MLB games happening on July 30th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Blue Jays versus Baltimore Orioles. The Wednesday MLB lineup kicks off with an afternoon matchup pitting the Toronto Blue Jays against the Baltimore Orioles down at Camden Yards. The Toronto Blue Jays and Baltimore Orioles are wrapping up their 4-game set this Wednesday, and honestly, the Jays seem desperate to hit the road and leave Baltimore behind. The Orioles have grabbed 3 wins in a row in this series, pulling off a clean sweep in Tuesday's doubleheader, and they're riding a hot streak with 5 straight victories overall. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays, who looked unstoppable for a while as the league's top team, have stumbled into a rough patch with 4 losses on the bounce. Look, the Orioles' bats are finally firing on all cylinders, just like we thought they would from the start. And yeah, it might be smart to take a fresh look at them as the season winds down. That said, this game screams regression for both sides, and I figure the Jays are due to snag a win here before the series ends. I'm not sold on either guy taking the mound today. Jose Berrios has always been this unpredictable type, flipping between lights out and total mess throughout his career, and he got roughed up in both his early season starts against these Orioles. What really worries me for Berrios is facing Adley Rutschman, who's torched him for 15 hits and 28 at-bats with 4 home runs over their matchups. On the flip side, Dean Kremer isn't inspiring much confidence either, especially with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. owning him. Vladdy's gone 11 for 31 with 5 dingers against Kremer. It could turn into one of those games where the bats take over, but I'm counting on things evening out and the Jays coming through. Sure, the Orioles hitters are looking sharp and threatening again, but their pitchers, starters, and bullpen alike are still a weak link that could crumble. They dodged trouble on Tuesday, but I'm betting against those arms holding up today. As our first pick for this matchup, the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. These 2 starters have been key in pushing their teams to a total of 7 wins across their last 10 combined outings on the hill. Kremer's been solid at home with a 2.65 earned run average this year, and Berrios isn't slacking on the road, posting a 3.3 earned run average away from Toronto. Plus, the Orioles have dipped under the total in 3 of Kremer's past 5 starts. I see this one staying close, with the relievers deciding it in the later innings, and the score keeping low overall. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Diamondbacks versus Detroit Tigers. Arizona's sitting at 51-56, and they're hoping to dodge a 3rd straight series defeat as they head to Comerica Park this Wednesday afternoon for the rubber match against Detroit, who's rolling in at 62-46 in this 3-game interleague clash. Detroit's pushing for their 4th victory in a row here, and man, their bats have been on fire. They've piled up 27 runs over the past 3 games alone. The Tigers have been tough to beat at home with a 35-21 record this season, while the Diamondbacks have struggled on the road, going just 25-29 away from Arizona. Flip it over, and the Diamondbacks are piling up the L's lately because their offense has pretty much dried up. They'll send Ryan Nelson to the hill, and he's been sharp, giving up 1 earned run or less in 3 of his last 4 outings. For Detroit, it's Chris Paddack getting the nod. He's had his ups and downs, but this will be his debut start since the trade from Minnesota. Look, I'm still not buying what Arizona's selling at the plate, so we're sticking with fading them hard. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Arizona's been cashing unders in 4 of their last 5, but Detroit's gone over in 3 of their past 5 outings. The Tigers lineup is humming right now, and with the Diamondbacks' arms showing some cracks, this could easily turn into a slugfest with runs stacking up. That said, Ryan Nelson starting gives Arizona a shot at holding things tight and keeping the score in check. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Boston Red Sox versus Minnesota Twins. The Red Sox and Twins are finishing off their three-game setup in the Twin Cities this Wednesday afternoon. Boston's been on a real upswing through July, thanks to some solid at-bats and downright strong work from their starters. A big part of that rotation boost comes from Brayan Bello stepping up big time. He's already notched 10 quality starts this year, which is just one shy of his total from all of last season. No shock then that the Red Sox have come out on top in 4 of Bello's last 5 turns on the mound. Over on the Twins side, their guy Zebby Matthews did look sharp in his most recent outing, but zoom out and his stats aren't exactly turning heads. He's coughed up 13 homers in a little more than 55 innings pitched. Plus, he's led up 71 hits during that same stretch. Bottom line, Boston's got a deeper, more powerful group of hitters compared to what Minnesota's throwing out there, and I expect them to make the most of it today. As our first pick for this matchup, the Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. So far in 2025, the under has hit in 3 of the 5 meetings between these clubs, and looking back at their last 10 head-to-heads overall, it's split right down the middle at 5-5. Yeah, Tuesday night saw a bunch of runs with 13 crossing the plate, but I think things quiet down for this finale, and we get a lower total on the board. Boston's been leaning under in 6 of their last 10 games, with a push in 1 and just 5 runs or fewer in 8 of those, and the Twins aren't far off, going under in 5 of their past 10 with a push, averaging only about 4 runs per game over that run. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are set to wrap up their homestand against the Washington Nationals over at Dakin Park. Washington's stuck at the bottom of the National League East standings, but don't sleep on them. They've pulled off wins in 5 of their last 7 outings overall. When it comes to facing Houston, the Nationals have had the upper hand, taking 4 out of the past 5 matchups against the Astros and dominating with 14 victories in their last 17 road games in this spot. On the flip side, Houston's holding down first place in the American League West, but they've hit a rough patch lately, dropping each of their previous 5 games straight up and going winless in their last 6 at home. For Washington, Mackenzie Gore's been on point in 3 of his most recent 4 starts as their guy on the mound. In those solid efforts, the lefty surrendered just 4 runs across 17.2 innings, though he did have one rough day where he got tagged for 8 runs in only 2.1 frames. Houston's missing some key pieces too. They're without Jeremy Pena, their top guy in batting average, who sets the table for the big bats to drive in runs. Plus, their star power hitter Yordan Alvarez is sidelined, and to make matters worse, the Astros have a whopping 12 pitchers dealing with injuries right now. As our first pick for this matchup, the Washington Nationals money line is our full game side pick. Even though he's an all-star, Gore's been getting hit around a bit lately, giving up 17 hits and 12 runs over his past 18.2 innings on the hill. His batting average against jumps from .212 when pitching at home to .264 on the road. Then there's gusto for Houston, who's sitting with a 5.18 earned run average and a 1.48 WHIP for the year, and he's been leaky too, allowing 18 hits and 11 runs in his last 15.2 innings. Dig a little deeper, and Gusto's led in 15 runs across his most recent 19.2 innings overall. At home specifically, in 51 innings, he's got a bloated 6.35 earned run average, and hitters are batting .310 against him. Bottom line, you've got a pair of starters who are both in pretty bad shape right now. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Chicago White Sox. The Philadelphia Phillies, sitting at 60-46 with a 45-56-5 over-under record, are set to face off against the Chicago White Sox, who are 39-68 with a 47-54-6 over-under mark, this Wednesday afternoon in the wrap-up of their 3-game interleague series. Look, the Phillies have been stumbling a bit on the road lately, losing 3 out of their last 5 away series overall. Meanwhile, the White Sox seem to be finding their groove as the year goes on, and they've turned into a tougher out than you'd think. They've grabbed wins in 7 of their past 11 games, showing some real fight. On top of that, Philly just wrapped up a tough set against the Yankees, so this matchup might catch them looking ahead or feeling worn out, especially since it's the finale of a road swing for them. Digging deeper, Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Phillies hasn't been his usual reliable self, getting tagged for 6 runs across his last 2 starts that covered just 9.2 innings total. Flip over to the White Sox side, and Adrian Hauser has been lights out, posting a sharp 2.42 earned run average over his 4 appearances this month alone. Plus, Chicago's come away with victories in every one of his past 6 starts, which says a lot about how he's anchoring things. As our first pick for this matchup, the Chicago White Sox money line is our full game side pick. Phillies bats have been red hot, pouring on 34 runs in their previous 5 outings and really driving the offense. The White Sox are stringing together some wins too, but it's their hitting that's carrying the load. They've put up 27 runs in their last 5 games, even if squandered might mean they've been aggressive at the plate. Adding to that, Chicago's turned into one of the stronger hitting teams around lately, putting up an impressive average of 6.2 runs per game over their past 10 heading into Tuesday, and they kicked off this series by plating 6 right away. Phillies' arms have looked vulnerable, coughing up 28 runs in their last 5 contests. The over has cashed in 4 of the White Sox's past 7 with a couple pushes. So yeah, I'm looking for runs to pile up here big time. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.